Hi, everybody. This week is Parshat Eikev. Moshe Rabbeinu is charging the Jewish people, the new generation, that you guys that were born in the wilderness are going to experience tremendous material wealth. You're going to come into houses you didn't build. You're going to come into fields you didn't plant. And you know the danger of that is? Chapter 8, verse 14. Ram Lavavecha, you're going to get a raised heart. You're going to become arrogant. And you know what's going to happen? For Shachachtas Hashem Lakecha, you're going to forget about HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You're going to forget that Hamotziacha Me'eretz Mitzrayim, that he took you out of Eretz Egypt, and he took you out of the house of slavery. And Ebenezer tells us, you'll forget about all the afflictions. You know, often when I stub my toe, my finger, I get an ache and pain, and in the moment it really hurts, and I'm almost fixated on it. But somehow, if I take an Advil, or a few days go by and I'm better, I forget about that pain. I forget how hard it is, how hard it is to tie your shoelaces when you have a finger that has a fracture or it's just jammed. It takes vigilance not to forget our past and to remember where the source of our blessings come from. Also, sometimes we go through a difficult time. We don't always want to fixate on the negative. It's 2.5 years, the war is going on. There are hostages, there are families that are not whole anymore, there are families that are dealing with stresses, there's mental health issues in Israel. We must remember, if we're not directly affected, it's still our family. We should never get a haughty heart to think that we've got this, covered, we've defeated our enemies. The end of the day is we have to remember it's not to be arrogant, but to be humble and to be modest. And to remember that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the one who is flying the ship. And I think in life too as well. Not to forget about all the people that have helped us in our lives. I was at a Shiva visit for a friend. He was also a former student. I taught him 34 years ago. I even had the privilege of teaching his son this year in 12th grade. And I came early in the morning, and there were some friends, and they were having some breakfast and making brachot. And they were kind of like saying, "Oh, Rabbi, I remember when you taught us this, and we were at your house." And even though some of the details were a little foggy, they focused on the positive experience. And when one focuses on gratitude, that's an antidote for forgetfulness and also an antidote for the arrogance, to always appreciate and to remember where our blessings come from. Let us keep davening for the safe return of all the hostages to their families, to bring an end to the war in the Middle East. And the Bezat Hashem, we should usher in the coming of Mashiach. Guys, if you like what you hear, please pass it on. Shabbat Shalom.